my lovelies, and welcome to my BookTube channel, The Sassy Library Fox. My name is V, and today we're already going to talk about my February to be read. Quite honestly, I'm surprised I'm already talking about February here, but yeah, I'm recording this in the middle of January because I know I won't be able to record any videos anytime soon. So this is in advance. I had to think about what I want to read in February already. It was a tough choice, honestly. I'm sorry the light is so bad, but yeah, still bad weather outside. I'm wearing my BTS t-shirt. Yes, they are coming on a world tour. Unfortunately, they are not coming to Austria. Yeah, which makes me a little bit sad, because I won't be able to go to the Munich concert. Yeah, I thought my kid and I could go together if they come to Vienna, but unfortunately they don't come, and to get into another country, to buy tickets, to get a hotel there, and to do this all with my kid together, it's just not manageable for me. So yeah, I'm afraid I will miss that tour, unfortunately. Yeah, and all the other countries aren't really, yeah, I can't reach them. Munich would be the only one I could reach a little bit better than the others by train or by car. Would still be a 6 hours drive by car, I think, but yeah, there's no way I can get to London or Barcelona or wherever they are staying. Anyway, enough of that. I'm a little bit sad because of that, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. I hope all the other armies that managed to go to that tour will have the time of their lives. And yeah, I wish all the armies that waited for so many years for them to come back just the best experience ever. Yeah. Borahi, and a finger heart to all the armies that might watch this now. And yeah, let's move on to other topics. And let's talk about my February to be read. And yeah, I decided I finally would want to read the second book in a row. And I read the first book in 2024, I think. I waited ages to pick up the second one because it's huge and I was scared of the commitment. But this time around, I decided I would go for it. I want to read Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I recently found that one in my library, and it's huge and thick. And my bestie was with me, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna carry that one with the other 5 books I borrowed home, because it's just too huge and my bag won't like it. And she was like, you're so going to regret not taking this one with you. You've been looking for it for a year. And if you don't take this one home and borrow it, you will regret it. Take it with you. And yeah, thank you, bestie, for persuading me to take it home with me. Even though my back hurt the next day, but she was totally right. I would have regretted leaving it there, because I've waited a year to get this one into my fingers because it was always borrowed from the library. And yeah, I borrowed it now. I finally want to know how the story continues, especially after the first book ended on some sort of cliffhanger. And as for what the first book was about, it's basically about Violet Sorrengail. And Violet has an illness that makes her body weaker and more susceptible to breaking bones than other people. But she is the daughter of a general, and she is supposed not to be a scribe, but to be a rider, a dragon rider at that. There are dragons in this book. And yeah, on her first day at the new school, everyone expects her to break already, but she survives it, and she makes an enemy in Xaden, one of the school's experienced dragon riders. Yeah. Of course, this is a romantasy, so there happens some sort of enemies to lovers trope romance in here. I was very intrigued by the plot and also by the world building. We have dragons, we have a school that is more or less training people to become dragon riders. If they don't survive the first year at the school, then they weren't supposed to be dragon riders. So yeah, the losses aren't really that mourned. They just want the strongest to get through the year. And somehow Violet managed to do just that and even got a dragon. Yeah. So the first book was really great. I love the chemistry between the two MCs, and I also like the intrigues and politics behind everything. Also the world building with the dragons and the fact that they can give their riders powers. So that was very interesting. I waited very long to find this one at my library, and I honestly want to know how it continues. After the ending of book 1, I was left wondering. I still haven't written my review for book 1, but I might as well do this now in January before I pick this up in February, so there's some incentive for me to finally get around to writing the review. And yeah, I'm very curious. By now the third book, I think it is called Onyx Storm or something like that, is already out as well, so I'm behind on that series, but one of my main goals of 2026 was to finally continue with series or even finish them, and this book fits perfectly into that category. So that was the first book I want to read in February. Let me just take a sip here. The second book I want to read in February, and this is one I found at my library. People spoke, or on my Instagram, with a lot of queer creators and with a lot of queer Instagrammers. That one popped up quite often on my feed, and now I got curious and I actually found this one in my library. It's called The Wicked Bargain by Gabe Novoa. And this sounds so intriguing. I mean, we're talking pirates here and a deal with the devil. So Mar, the main character in here, is a trans-masc non-binary teen. He just turned 16, he's a pirate, and his father is the captain of the pirate ship he's on. But problem is, he made a deal with El Diablo, and El Diablo comes to collect that deal on Mar's 16th birthday. So the entire crew and Mar's dad are taken by El Diablo, and the only reason Mar isn't dying is because another ship, another pirate ship, saves him. But of course, Mar want their father and their crew back. So they are trying to figure out a way to save their father. But then El Diablo finds out that Mar has forbidden powers. Well, powers of fire and ice, I think they are called in here, and wants Mar for himself. But Mar just wants to save their father, and they get unexpected help in their journey by another pirate's son named Bas and by a gender fluid sort of demon named Dami. Dami is called a demonio, which I think translates to demon. Yeah. And they are helping Mar on their journey. So that was really interesting. We have a transmasc non-binary MC. We have a gender fluid demon. And we have another pirate's son. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'm very curious about that one. The premise sounds so intriguing. I mean, pirates, what's not to love? A curse, El Diablo. This sounds really, really good. And the representation alone is making me so damn curious. Another gender fluid character in a book, a non-binary character in a book, all of them MCs. I'm so here for it, honestly, so here for it. And yeah, I found this one in my library. I honestly never expected my library would even have this book, but they did, so instant borrow. And I thought it would be good to counterweight that huge Iron Flame book with a typical queer, very queer cast, and also a rather short book or shorter book. I mean, it says it has like how many pages? 361 pages, which is pretty much in the middle of the books I usually read, in the middle range. And yeah, it's also an indie offer, obviously, and you gotta give indie offers a chance to shine as well. So yeah, it's the perfect counterweight for this well-known series. Okay, so yeah, those are the two books I want to read in February. You can see the huge difference. It will take me ages to get through that. It's good that I start to read it in February. I will need the time. And because this is my February video and I promised I would draw out 5 books for my to-be read of 2026, I left the last 5 spots open and I asked you for book recommendations and you delivered. I got an entire bowl here. I wrote it on Instagram as well, and there came a couple of suggestions and recommendations too. So I put them all into this bowl, and now I'm gonna draw out 5 books to add to my 2026 to be read. I'm put my coffee on at the side so that it won't get in the way. I will close my eyes so that it's fair, and I'll just pick the first book. What is the first book? The Making of Gabriel Davenport by Beverly Lee. Okay, I'm gonna blend it in here. I'm gonna blend all the books in here. I'm drawing from this. The Making of Gabriel Davenport. It doesn't ring a bell. I think I remember the cover. Wasn't there a wing on that cover? It's been ages I heard about this book and saw it on my feed, but I think it's stuck in my mind because there was a wing on the cover. I think we're going to discover if this is true or not once I blend it in here and when I blend it in here. Okay, so that was the first book. I don't know, do I have to put it here and give it in the background so that it can focus? BTS once gave that tip on one of their V-Lives that you have to put your hand in the back. I don't know if it worked. I will see when I edit the video. Okay, so that is book number 1. Let's go for book number 2. Queer It Sick by Dallas Smith. I think that's an LGBTQIA+ book. And I think I remember the cover being with two boys standing on opposite sides with a plant in the middle. Is it that one? I'm making a guessing game here because I honestly don't know both books, but yeah, I'm very curious about both of them. Let's see if I can draw out a book I actually will recognize and know. Oh, that's a figure one. Oh my gosh. I drew out The Count of Monte Cristo. Which is a classic, obviously, and hey, for once I know what it is about. I saw enough movies about The Count of Monte Cristo, but I never actually read the book. You got me there. I drew out the classic, so there's no way back now. I will put it on my 2026 to be read, which is fun because this year the classic I put on there was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and now this is added to the collection. I always wanted to read that one, but I never got to it. So thank you for whoever gave me that rec. Now I'm forced to read it, which is actually good because otherwise I would never read the classics. They're just too thick. Anyway, let's see what the next draw will bring. Okay, a red one. As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa Katu. I hope I pronounced it right. This one, I know this one. This has been on my feed for ages. And everyone who ever read it is raging and raving about it. Mostly raving, I think. I think it's one of those books that is more serious and tackles more serious topics. Yeah, I think it might be in the vein of Khalid Hussein's books, like A Thousand Splendid Suns, in that kind of direction. I honestly don't know. I only know that it is one of the more serious books. But I'm very curious to read that one, and I still didn't put it on my to be read, so thank you for whoever recommended this one. And the last one, let's see if we can draw out. Finally. People, you're so calling me out this time around. Someone recommended The Night Stalker by Robert Brinza, and I started the series, I think, was it 4 or 5 years ago? The Girl in the Ice was the first book I read, and I really enjoyed that one, but I never got to the second book. And yeah, I thought about picking that one up for ages. And whoever recommended that one to me knows that I still haven't read it. So thank you once again for calling me out and for giving me a chance to continue a series. Yeah, okay, those were all 5 books I drew out. They are all interesting. We have The Night Stalker by Robert Brinza. I hope I pronounced it right. We have As Long as the Lemon Trees Grow by Zulfa Katu. We have The Making of Gabriel Davenport by Beverly Lee. Queer It Sick by Dallas Smith. And The Count of Monte Cristo. This is an interesting 5 books list, and I'm gonna make sure to put them on my list soonish so that it's finally a full list of the books I want to read in 2026. I actually made it 46 books now. I think in one of my last videos I said that I want to read 45 books once again, but then there was a glitch, and someone, Jason on Goodreads, gave me the tip that I could overcome that glitch by setting a new Goodreads goal. I could set it back once that worked, the shortcut, but then it stuck on 46, and quite honestly, I thought, no, I actually don't want to set it back to 45. I just take that 46 books now, and I hope I will manage to read them. Yeah, I took it as sort of a challenge to read one more book than I managed to read last year. Yeah, okay, so those are the 5 books I'm going to read and add to my to be read. So yeah, thank you so much for your book recommendations. I love that some of you even go to the effort to write me book recommendations of second books. That's really nice of you and lovely, and very, very well, observant. Yeah, very observant. And I would really love to hear which kind of books you put on your 2026 to be read. If some of them are similar to the books I put on mine, you can always look up my to be read list on my blog. I made a blog post there each year with my book list, blah blah blah. This year it is my book list 2026. And I would really love to hear which books made it on your to be read, how many books you want to read in 2026. Is it more than my 46, or is your goal lower or higher? Whatever. And yeah, I think that's it for now. We made it to the end of my video, and there's nothing left to say except of take care, stay healthy and safe, and see you around the next time. Bye!